Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. I'm super excited. I got a new marathon. Of course I do. Lined up by Michael. Thank you so much, Michael, for sponsoring the video, for sponsoring, the marathon, and for adding more content to NicknLex channel. I'm super stoked. Today, this is a pretty much a marathon of bands I've never heard of. So super interesting. Let me just pull it up here. Right there. Okay, so we're gonna start it off with the band Till Tuesday, and this is called Love in a Vacuum. That's the first track that we're gonna do. This is from the album Coming Up Close, a retrospective from 1985. Then we're gonna continue. Let's see, I have it in a weird way here. Give me a second. Okay. Throwing Muses. This is gonna be the song Dizzy from Hunk Papa, the album, 1989. Very, very cool. Let's see. And this is also a theme. I'm gonna give you the theme in a second. Then we're gonna play the band Do Re Mi, or Do Re Mi. That's awesome. Man Overboard, Domestic Harmony. That's from also 85. All right. And then we're going to play from the from the band The Waitress, Christmas Rapping. And this is from the album I Could Rule the World If I Could Only Get Parts. I could rule the world if I could only get the parts. 1982. And the last one is going to be from YouTube. We're going to do Martha and the Muffins. This is the Ice Age. That's the one. And the theme of this marathon, that all the bass players are ladies. So that's awesome. So I'm going to pay a lot of attention, of course, to the bass, but everything else, you know how I am. I'm always everywhere, everywhere and nowhere. But thanks again so much, Michael. Thanks. There was a little bit of a problem with Buy Me a Coffee. Like, I think the email that Buy Me a Coffee sends you and asks, hey, what are the songs that you would like to, Nick to react to? I think that didn't work out. This is now the second time. So I just wanted to ask you guys, please, next time, if you buy a marathon, just send me an email, because I for some reason it's super hard to check messages on Patreon. It's just a bad interface. I think they're working on it. I hope they're working on it, but it's terrible. So I don't even get an email. So that gets kind of lost. So I would think if you guys, don't get the update from Buy Me a Coffee, just send an email to nicknlex11@gmail.com, and then you can send me the songs there. Thank you so much for that. All right, without further ado, let's get into the music. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. Alrighty then, here we go. And the first song, boom. Also, thank you so much, Michael, for all the information that you send me. I'm gonna use it while I listen to the songs. I'll look at it and mention all the notes that you gave me. Okay, here we go.
You didn't mind
I'm loving it. I love the 80s vibe, of course, the synthiness, then the way she slaps on that bass. Fantastic. I'm loving it. Let's continue.
Think you changed, but you insist that that's not true. You look so strange, so distant, that you're hardly you. And now I can see how you have been acting different. You say it's me, but I know that it isn't. It's love in a vacuum. 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 You be lonely.
Super catchy. So here's some information. It says Love in a Vacuum by till Tuesday 1985. Lead vocalist Amy Mann, who you heard perform the song Wise Up from the movie Magnolia. Oh wow, I love that movie so much. Was also the bass player in this Boston band. What I mean, I could talk about hours of Magnolia, but I won't. But man, I've seen that movie so many times. Cool, and I obviously remember the song. Very cool. So yeah, this is. It sounded familiar, the voice. Let's keep going.
You be lonely. You'll be the only one to feel this way. You'll be lonely if you leave me alone. You'll be lonely. You'll be lonely. You'll be the only one to feel this way. You'll be lonely. You'll be the only one to feel this way. It's just not enough. Just wait. You'll be lonely, yeah. Love in a vacuum. 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 Love in a vacuum.
Yeah, it's the time of, pop, and the 80s had this really, I don't know, the synthy sounds, and even though there's no real synth, I mean, I guess there's some kind of like chords being played, but the singing is very reminiscent, of course, of stuff like I've heard, from the 80s. I'm not like an 80s expert, but like, Madonna and I think Cyndi Lauper, and among those Roxette, those come to mind when I listen to a 80s, female voice. But then there's others, like Sade, and she's like more jazzy. This is more, pop, but great pop. So next one, and I loved just all the harmonies they were doing. Very, very cool. So I'm going to use some notes by Michael. Thank you, Michael. This is Dizzy by Throwing Muses, another Boston bass band throwing consistent of three women. Lead vocalist, guitarist Kirsten Hirsch, lead vocalist, lead guitarist Tanya Donnelly, and then Kristen's stepsister, bass player Leslie Langton, and drummer Dave Narciso. All right, so let's give it out for Throwing Muses. Here we go.
It's just that mean old Texas sun. It makes me dizzy, dizzy, dizzy in my head. What day is this? I quiet as the sky. What time is it? He asked me sitting up. Love that living on the run. He's got me spinning round and falling on my head. What are you running from? I asked the white boy. From the guys who chased me there, come run. I need your dark skin to sit beside me in my car. Light up my cigar. I'll hide you. It's just that me old Texas sun. It makes me dizzy, dizzy, dizzy in my head. Love that living on the run. He's got me spinning round and falling on my head. And dizzy, dizzy, dizzy in my head. He said you're only Indian in Oklahoma. You could be melting in America. White on red with my skin. These two hearts will beat along the walls of our hotel. I need your dark skin to sit beside me in my car. Light up my cigar. I'll light you. It's just that the old Texas sun.
Very, very catchy. And there is this one effect, and I've talked about this in another video, and that's an effect that I use so much. It's like this clean chorusy delay on the electric guitar, that bing, bing, bing that she uses to arpeggiate. That effect is just, oh man, like I use that so much. It sounds so good. And but I love how the bass is basically the lead, you know. It's very, and maybe I'm just focusing so much, but there's a lot of movement. She's not just like boom, boom, boom. No, she's really like moving around the neck. And also I love the singing, like it goes high, it goes low. It reminds me a little bit of even like stuff that came later, like Alanis Morissette, you know, like the way she's using her voice, really cool. And it somehow reminded me as well of the B-52. So there you go. But it's very good. It's very good. I love it. I'm gonna send all this to Alexia. This is good stuff. Catch up. There he is. Catch up list. And then Do Re Mi. It's C-D-E. That means C-D-E. Do Re Mi. All right, let's continue.
It makes me dizzy, dizzy, dizzy in my head. Left outside Oklahoma, a gas station fading in the dust.
That effect.
Goodbye, my father. I thought I'm carrying a light. The light of my Comanche. Make sure the dog remembers me. I dream to stand beneath your feet. I hold you alive. It's just that mean old Texas sun. It makes me dizzy, dizzy, dizzy in my head. Love that living on the run. He's got me spinning round and falling on my head. And dizzy, 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 dizzy in my head.
Very cool. I'm sure you heard now, like the guitar that I was talking about. You know that. Oh, it sounds so good. But the whole song was really, really fun, and then that name, I love it. Hunka, Hunk Papa. I love it. All right, so Do Re Mi is next, and Man Overboard. Let's see what Michael provided me here with some notes. which I usually don't do this, because most of this information you guys already know. But I think it says Man Overboard by Do Re Mi, Australian band with powerhouse lead vocalist Deborah Conway featuring Helen Carter on bass. All right, cool. Here we go with Man Overboard. Let's go.
I try not to stand too close to myself. I try not to listen to the things I say. They say there's no such thing as self-abuse, but you wonder how I can be trusted if I'm finely tuned or well-adjusted. Oh, pity about you. Oh, pity about me. Mostly pity about her. Every time she comes inside, you had to run. You had to run. You wish that crush would go away. You're not the only one. Squinting at broad daylight, drumming up a conversation. Parsons' bras is peeling, appealing, drumming up a congregation. Hands reaching for a glass of water. Dry socks and lace rash, your shoes under my bed. Dandruff to my cigarette ash. I've tried to play it open-handed. I've tried to make a fist of this. Even when the questions are candid, my arrows miss. I've heard about your fragile ego, your shield, your sword. What am I expected to do? Shout man overboard. Come around when I'm asleep. Roll around, try to wake me. That's alright, you got to go now. Words overtake me. Your pubic hairs around my pillow. Your stubborn rage sank your words under my skin. Your table manners stink. I paddle into things I love. You want to swap a trivia in a vase with insincere I love yous. Next door's commuters. I'm sick and tired of this position. Hatched underneath your arm, a crutch under stress. You're rudder when it's calm. I'm bored staring at the ceiling while you point out my flaws. I've watched the wallpaper peeling from slamming doors. You talk about peanuts and baby, your friends applaud. What am I expected to do? Shout man overboard.
Now she has like the most powerful voice until now, but I'm not. This is no competition, but I just love her. You know, very very cool reach, and I love the you know, the drumming, and there's so much happening. Like, I don't know, it's so cool. It's such a bizarre style, and I know the style was everywhere, you know, like everyone was playing different, like this sounds like a little bit like Talking Heads, like Peter Gabriel at that time in the 80s. It was just like a really no rules, you know, like, or more like it was like, okay, let's play something completely different than classic rock, you know. And then came the 90s, and then they played something completely different, you know. So it's always, every decade has like a super different style. I just love the 80s. They're just a bizarre time, you know. The fashion was super weird and like almost like cyberpunky, you know. When you look at cyberpunk, like now, like it looks like the 80s, you know, but just in the future. So yeah, really cool track. I'm loving this one. All of them. I'm loving all of them so far, but this one is just the one that for me for now has been the most interesting one.
Come across two other girls, look around, start a rumor. Jealous wife seems raise a smile at parties. Like anal humor, are you addicted to attention? Do you do it for effect? Your wit out of control, misunderstood and handpicked.
Just, you know, weird sounds. You know, there's all these synthesizers, all these guitar pedals that came out. You know, it's just weird music. I love it. It's just, I love weird stuff, you know. I don't know why. Okay, the Waitresses. Let's see here, Michael's notes. All right, let's see. Oh, what's this? Okay, is that I think from Nightmare Before Christmas. What's this? What's this? Da, 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 da. Oh, no, I think no. It said, what's this, a Christmas song? You bet. It is my favorite modern day Christmas song with very clever lyrics and some fantastic music. Bass player Tracy Wormworth really jazzes things up with her incredible bass line. All right, I'm in for some Christmassy tunes. Let's go.
Bah humbug, well that's too strong 'cause it is my favorite holiday. But all this year's been a busy blur. Don't think I have the energy to add to my already mad rush just 'cause it's 'tis the season. The perfect gift for me would be completions and connections left from last year. Ski shop encounter, most interesting. Had his number but never the time. Most of 81 pass along those lines. So deck those halls, trim those trees, raise up cups of Christmas cheer. I just need to catch my breath. Christmas by myself this year. Count the picture, frozen landscape, chill this room for 24 days. Evergreen, sparkling snow, get this winter over with. Flashback to springtime, saw him again. Would have been good to go for lunch. Couldn't agree, we were both free. We tried, we said we'd keep in touch. Didn't, of course, till summertime. Out to the beach to his boat, could I join him? No, this time it was me. Sunburn in the 3rd degree. Now the calendar's just one page. Of course I am excited. Tonight's the night I've set my mind not to do too much about it.
This is a good song. Oh my god. I can see Alexia singing this, and she's such a Christmas freak. Literally, she's a Christmas freak. I thought I was a Christmas freak. I thought I loved Christmas. Nobody loves Christmas like Alexia does. She goes nuts. Christmas, I mean, as she waits all year for it to be Christmas, and then when it's over, she's already waiting for the next year. She's literally like a Christmas, yeah, like a Christmas freak. But I do love it. And then she needs to get everyone everyone a gift, and it's just like it's just, you know, it makes her so happy to give. Like Alexa's all about giving, that's just who she is, and I love that about her. And it took me some years to figure it out. She kind of like was holding back, but she's just a very giving person, and I love that about her. And I'm more like the Grinch, now, of course. I love Christmas, but not the way she does. So she sometimes calls me the Grinch, because everything has to be decorated. The whole house has to be like, literally like that. I mean, you have seen the trees in the background, right? And so this is just a little thing here in this room. Everywhere else, it's just like winter wonderland, So yeah, we should do a little tour next time she decorates. But she gets out the boxes to decorate, So it's really cool. So I love this, and I'm gonna obviously play it to her, and she's gonna learn it, and she's gonna love it, I'm sure.
Dashing through the snow, 'cause I bundled up too tight. Last minute, have to do a few cards, a few calls, because it's RSVP. No thanks, no party lights, it's Christmas Eve. Gonna relax, turn down all of my invites. Last fall, had a night to myself. Same guy called, Halloween party. Waited all night for him to show. This time his car wouldn't go. Forget it, it's cold, it's getting late. Tried to run home to celebrate in a quiet way. Unwind, doing Christmas right this time. A&P has provided me with the world's smallest turkey, already in the oven, nice and hot. Oh damn, guess what I forgot? So on with the boots, back out in the snow to the only all-night grocery. When what to my wondering eyes should appear in the line is that guy I've been chasing all year. And in this one alone, he said, "Need to break this year's been crazy." I said, "Me too, but why are you? You mean you forgot cranberries too?" Then suddenly we laughed and laughed, caught on to what was happening. That Christmas magic's brought this tale to a very happy ending.
Very good. I would have never discovered this song in my life. This is a good song, and then like the distorted guitar. The bass line was insane, like you said, all over the place, very jazzy, very good. I mean, it's not just like, the whole song was very complex. The lyrics, the way they were sung, but I don't know, I just love like when girls harmonize in this way. It's like, I don't know, it's really, really good. I can't wait for Alexa to hear this, by the way. Okay, so now we're gonna pull up a YouTube video. I'm just gonna make a quick pause because there might be a commercial. You know, sometimes YouTube throws in ads and stuff, so I'll be right back. Okay, so indeed there was a commercial for this song, but here we go with the Martha and the Muffins. This is the Ice Age, and let's look here at Michael's last. It says the Canadian band is back with an epic song with bass player Jocelyn Lanois, I think, anchoring the song. This is, oh yeah, it's only available on YouTube. Don't have to be sorry about that. Interesting enough, it's also a great batch of songs from the 80s and all feature female lead vocals too. I hope you enjoy. And yes, I am. And yes, I did notice. So they have female bass players and female vocals. So I guess sometimes the drums or the guitar is like played by guys and stuff. This is super fun, man. This must have taken a long time or just a lot of knowledge to get together, you know? I mean, how would you know? Or maybe you Googled it with Chat GPT or whatever the hell it's called. I don't use that thing. Maybe I should. I don't know. I don't know what to think. But I guess it can be very useful. Like, hey, I want 10 bands with female singers and female vocalists. Boom. You get it in 2 seconds. It's insane. Soon we're gonna be like a Wall-E, you know, we're just gonna sit there and do nothing. It's horrible. Okay, so Martha and the Muffins. This is the Ice Age. This is a longer song, so I'm ready. Here we go. I've reacted to this. Not this song, but this album.
Riding on bicycles down on the freeway, leaving distorted cars trailing behind. We move like bullets, no danger, we take that for granted. Cross the bridge, left the network behind, I could feel it in my heart. We gauge ourselves and the scenery too, we push on forever. This is the Ice Age. 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 Feeling the trees.
I mean, the rhythm section is so good. The whole intro was super cool. I remember having reacted to this album before, and I don't exactly know which song, but because of the cover is so memorable. There's this building, and there's in front of it there's this wall, and you'll see it, and it's just very memorable. It's like I'm like, this is a great cover. This is something that like I would use, you know, as a album cover. It's just so Floydish, you know. I don't know, something about it. It's so good. But the music, man. I mean, the intro was freaking. It sounded like Prague, you know. Super cool. I love it. Very good band. Everything that's happening is amazing.
And the wind on my face, passing along single file. Might be autumn, but we know it's not. Sun is hiding in the air.
The bass here is definitely the winner in the bass section. Wow. What a cool track. Literally like very psychedelic. I like it puts you in a little bit of a trance, like in a good way, you know, like in a music like oh god. Oh god. Let me drink something. Okay, so all of these tracks are wonderful. Really, I'm super happy with this marathon. Let me know what you guys thought of this. I think this was an amazing idea by Michael to put this together. And I loved all the different styles, even though there were 80s. And yes, I think the first two songs were a little bit similar in style, not similar like in composition. But I think Do Re Mi was super good. And then Christmas Wrapping was super different. And then this one was just super also different. So I think Dizzy and Love in a Vacuum were more poppy. And then the others were more experimental. And I love everything experimental is like welcome in my book, and pop as well. I mean, like I've said this so many times, I love every types of music, and you can play me anything and I'll find something of value that I could like use in my own playing. And it took me years to be like less, you know, I used to be like a typical, you know, teenager, 20-year-old, like, oh no, this is like, no, I don't listen to this music, you know, like it's so dumb to not open up your, you know, mind to other stuff. Like also with music, I'm sorry, with movies, there were certain movies I wouldn't watch, or I don't know, I was just not open for new things. Foods, you know, now I eat everything, you know, and now I listen to everything and I watch everything. So it's just so much richer. Life has so much to offer. And to say, no, I'm not into like, I don't know, like for example, a good example is country music or Mexican like banda, you know, banda, like dum, 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 you know, that kind of music, or Bavarian folk music. You know, I was like, no, I only listen to metal, you know. And then after that I was like, no, I only listen to jazz fusion. You know, what a stupid thing to say, you know. And now that I listen to everything, it's so rich because I've listened to some, I mean, I've always listened to classical music and jazz, and then I was very stubborn. Okay, I only listen to classical music and jazz and metal. And now that I listen to everything, it has opened up my musical horizon so much, and I can listen to anything and find something. So I really, you know, and I see it on the channel, like the stuff that we post in Spanish or the stuff that is not known, it doesn't get any views because our people are like, nah, I don't know it, so I'm not going to listen to it. That's not the way to think. I think you should go for the stuff that you don't know. A lot of people are like, hey, I didn't know Steely Dan, thank you. Like I took a leap of faith and now I'm like in love with this band, and they've told us with other bands, you know, that we've reacted to, and people are like, just like us, they didn't know about a lot of music, and now they're like, hey, this is my new favorite band. IQ, for example, they're like this progressive band from England, and they're amazing. They sound a little bit like Rush, but also like Marillion. It's just a super good mix. And I saw this comment of this person. He's like, hey, I this is not my favorite band, thanks to you. So, you know, open your hearts and ears to new music, even if it's not in English. All right, well, this was great. Thank you again, Michael, so much. This was a great experience. And let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section. Which was your favorite track? Were you familiar with all these tracks? I mean, there must have been at least one that you don't know, but maybe you do. But let me know what you think. Again, thank you, Michael, for this request. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Please, 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 because 70% of people that watch the channel are not subscribed. So please, maybe I should say this at the beginning of the video, but thank you so much again for everything you guys do. See you guys in the next one.